So, a 22-year-old guy suffering from Asperger's syndrome who went through university, didn't find it to be a load of fun and games and shenanigans and sex orgies, and was thus kind of sexually frustrated because, hey, this is promoted as being skins, and what it is loneliness and virginity, and yeah, turns to men's rights activism, turns to finding some sense of kinship and equality in the world in a way that he understands. And then he murders. And then he murders. And then he murders, and then he murders, and he murders, and he murders, and he murders. I am 22 in a month. I have Asperger's syndrome. I've been grappling with feminism, and I very nearly became a men's rights activist because of the basic idea that there are some feminists who are dicks. And so I was like, okay, feminism, it's in the name. Feminism is about women. They don't give a shit about men's rights, therefore you need a men's rights group to balance it out. Thing is, that balancing out group is by the very nature formed of men who've tried talking to feminists, gotten pissed off, and said, we're gonna go over here and talk about this. And so it builds, resentment builds and builds and builds, and murder is wrong. Murder is wrong, and violence is wrong, and I cannot get this through to you. Enough! Enough! I cannot. I do not get where this idea that men are raised to believe that killing women is fine comes from. Because, as far as I'm aware, thou shalt not kill is the first fucking commandment. As far as I'm aware, don't fucking kill people is right up there at the top. There is a reason that people believe the death penalty is a thing that should happen. Because murder is seen as the ultimate act of evil. Murder is wrong. I have always believed that, and I always fucking will. Whether it's murder by the state, whether it's murder by the military, whether it's murder by fucking farms even though I still grapple with the fact that I'm not a vegetarian because I quibble about the fact that they aren't sentient, but murder is wrong, violence is wrong. You have seen, you know me, you know the shit that I have gone through, and you know how much I fucking loathe bullies. So look me in the eye, look at me whilst I am saying this, because this frightens me. Because here is a guy in a eerily similar position to me, except he didn't have my good men don't need rules mentality of having rules. He just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna kill a load of women to punish them. And instead of asking why this man killed these people, instead of asking what made that man do this. Instead of asking how we can prevent men from falling into this trap, from falling into this just as if it being a shooter in a school or someone getting knifed in the street, instead of asking what led to that man being there, we're blaming. We are saying that this guy is a Spurgus, so therefore people with mental with mental faculties that aren't 100% normal, they murder. Or we're saying that he was a man who hates women, so therefore all men who hate women are murderers, and therefore men's rights activists are evil, and therefore misogynists are evil and murderers, and therefore we should just tar and feather the lot of men because you should stop killing us seriously. And here's the thing: murder is wrong, murder is wrong, murder is wrong, murder is wrong, violence is wrong, violence is wrong, rape is wrong, rape is wrong. I don't fucking care who against. We find out why he did it and we prevent it. We don't fucking use it to score points about feminism or about mental health. Because it doesn't fucking matter that he's a fucking misogynist. Because here's the thing, you know what misogyny means? It means hating men. Hating women, sorry. And you know what? That's okay. That is okay. Just as misandry, hating men is okay, because hatred is an emotion. It's not right or positive, but it's something we have, and it is something we have to deal with. This guy, who is so eerily fucking similar to me, he didn't deal with it. He decided to murder. And that is wrong. Not that he is a misogynist, not that he hates women, because there are misandrists who hate men, and they are saying this man killed women because he hates women. Therefore, we should hate men because they kill us. Do not see the fucking hypocrisy. Immoral actions are immoral actions. Okay? If you are going to decry someone out of fucking sexism, then you cannot yourself be seen to perpetrate sexism. You just cannot. It is just not right. If you are going to preach hatred against a certain gender, then don't be surprised if that gender hates you back. But if you hate someone, you do not fucking kill them. You do not hurt them. What you do is you examine why you hate them and you work out on fixing those issues. Because hatred is an emotion. It tells you that something is wrong, and that is something that needs to be dealt with. And you don't deal with it by blaming evil. You don't deal with it by blaming, by saying, well, you see, bad men did it. Well, you see, bad women did it. Well, you see, mentally ill people did it. Well, you see, neuroses and psychology and cultural bloody aggregation and nature versus nurture and all these subtle little things from genetics and epigenetics to what books he was reading, to everything. It all adds up tiny bit by tiny bit by tiny bit, and the media encourages us to put women on a pedestal, to say, look at women, aren't they brilliant? You need a woman, because otherwise you aren't a man, because unless you have sex with a woman, you don't count. If you have a small penis, you are so fucking sick. You don't count. If you have man boobs, oh, you are sick. You're a fucking pervert. If you don't lift, oh, you are so fucking wrong. If you are fat, oh god, you are sick. And then you react to this. You react to this by going online, by becoming nerdy, and then you fall into bad crowds because you feel emotions, negative emotions, and you go to deal with them, you go to research it. And I know in my case, in his case, he did something different and wrong, something that I myself have looked down upon, but in my case, I nearly fell into becoming a fucking men's rights activist because of how much I pursued feminism and encountered feminists who were speaking bullshit and were committing immoral actions and were being sexist against men, but were just like, but you see, feminism is about women, and you see, women are being persecuted against, so therefore, fuck men. And they're right about so many things, but wrong about the fact that sexism cancels out sexism. It doesn't. And it never fucking will. All it does is causes misogyny. Because I had to do a lot of fucking soul searching, and I had to be distracted by my world falling apart in order to stop me descending into the depths of misogyny when I was coming up against feminists who were just like, no, you are a man and you disagree with me, therefore you are a men's rights activist and a sexist and a misogynist and I hate you, men kill women, end of. And it worked away at me, and it works away at me still, and I'm still kind of having a battle inside my mind. But this is wrong. These are people being wrong. But feminism. But this is wrong. This is unfair. This is immoral. But feminism. Look, they are being defend. They are being it's feminism kind of. They're outnumbered. They're in the minority. They're being hurt. They're being killed. That is wrong. Look at the statistics. But this is immoral. And I broadly 99.99% of the time agree with feminist statements. But that 0.01% of the time that I disagree, I am treated with such vile and vitriol and patronising dismissal that I have felt compelled to just say, fuck it, I'm going to become a men's rights activist, because here's the thing, okay? You don't live your life working around the 0.0% to get to 100%, to get to the 90% that's good. You don't live your life focusing on the 90%. You live your life getting rid of the little bits of your life that make it suck. And the little bits of my life that make it suck are being told that despite the shit I've gone through, I am a monster because of my gender. And it seems that the thing that separates me from the guy who did that horrible, horrible thing, who committed a horrible, horrible act, who broke my morality, and who did things that I loathe and detest, is that where I looked upon people teaching you how to pick up girls with a condescending, "Oh, that's so sexist. Oh, God, that's horrible. I'm gonna go over here and eat a Big Mac and not do any weights and not talk to girls because I've not got enough confidence to even try." He was, "Oh no, I will look into it and I will do the research, and oh my God, it hasn't worked." And yes, he got annoyed, and yes, he got angry for the same reason that bloody console owners get angry when they buy a game on pre-order and it doesn't work, and they see other people hating on it because it's like, I've spent my money on this game, I have to enjoy it. It has to work. And yes, it's entitlement, and yes, that is wrong, but here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, entitlement is a part of human fucking nature. Murder isn't. Yes, we are evolved predators, but we have spent the past few hundred or so thousand years, arguably, learning not to be murderers, learning to go by day without murdering people. We can normally do that. We can normally avoid hitting people and murdering people. Even I, with my anger management issues, no, thou shalt not fucking kill. Thou shalt not hit. And here is the thing. I could so easily be this fucking monster. And how does the people react? Do they react by asking what made this monster be this way? No. They react by tarring and feathering a fucking gender. They react by tarring and feathering everyone who is ever in any way not mentally normal. And that is wrong, and that is immoral. Murder is wrong, murder is immoral, but so is saying that an entire gender and an entire section of people who aren't exactly mentally normal, that's an immoral act too. That is an immoral act. That is biasing people. That is making misogyny worse. Yes, it's raising awareness. But people must know that women are being killed. Thou shalt not fucking kill! Do we really need to say this anymore? Thou shalt not fucking kill. And if your answer is clearly fucking yes, then I would counter. Then we don't need to teach men not to kill women. We need to teach men not to kill. Full stop. Period. End of fucking sentence. Because you know what? I've been threatened with rape too. I've received sexist comments from men saying, "You look a bit like a girl, you look like a hermaphrodite, you look like fucking lesbian." I have received sexist comments. I have been raped and beaten and threatened with death, and I have suffered at the hands of men and at the hands of women. And so telling me that men kill women and women are killed, seriously, look at the statistics. Right, good, you have a point. And for your next trick, for part 2 of the plan, you have stepped forward and you have said, "Yes, hello, my name is the entirety of mankind, and I am a raging murderer." But what you do after that? What you do after admitting what you are? Because because I really want to know. Because I genuinely am getting quite irritated by the fact that it's the assumption that somehow men are being raised to kill women. You know, look, men are killing women. You know, kind of men, they're going around talking about killing women. And yes, I realise that certain stupid groups of the internet might do that, but bearing in mind that certain groups of the internet also think it's okay to fuck babies. So saying that certain groups on the internet do something fucking weird and monstrous isn't maybe a good way to judge the entire fucking gender. People do horrible things. They do. And I am not saying that those horrible things are not horrible. What I am saying is that what do I, and the guy who responded to my growing hatred of women with, I'm gonna sit back here, do some research, and figure out whether I'm being a sexist twat or whether I actually have a fucking point, and didn't react with, I will go and murder people. I want to know what the fuck I do now. What the fuck do I do now? Aside from being punished by society because, you know, I'm like somebody evil, aside from feeling guilty because I'm like somebody evil, aside from feeling guilty because I have a fucking Y chromosome and a dick, what do I do? Like, you know, what do I do with the information that my gender kills women? What do I fucking do? When you spread the signal, when you boost the signal, you do realise the basic idea of morality and empirical thinking is knowing and working out, oh, well, when I do this action, then it has this consequence. I can't see the consequences of this action in any positive fucking way. Okay, I can see that it raises awareness to women. I can see that it raises awareness to the media. But aside from raising awareness, what does it do for men? Oh, you're a man, you're making it about you, Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I am the 21-year-old guy, about to be 22, who's a fucking Asperger's guy, who has nearly been misogyn, who has nearly turned into a misogynist, who has nearly joined the men's rights activists. And the only thing separating me from that monster is that I think murder is wrong. What the fuck do I do? What the flying fuck do I do? Crawl into a hole and die? Commit suicide? Just change everything about who I am. Give in to what all of the nice women of the world say I should think. Become a fucking doormat. Because here's the thing, right? I think my points against feminism are kind of fucking valid. And the same morality that says he's a fucking murderer and he's a fucking monster for being a murderer, that same morality that says I cannot fucking move on the issue of feminism having problems, that same morality makes me feel hatred for women because I see feminists who flat out do not get fucking equality. They think equality means bitching about men. They think equality means saying men are horrible. Means saying, look, men are rapists and men do evil things. Yes, I know. The Second World War. The atom bomb. Men do horrible, horrible things. The invention of the spear, the invention of the gun, the invention of gunpowder. The invention of fucking poison gas, fucking Hitler, Stalin. There aren't very many, female dictators. I know men have fucking problems. But generally, the advice is, be better. But women are saying, you can't. And I'm making it about me. I'm making it about me because, and that's it, that's evil and that's wrong. Oh my God, women have been killed, it's about them, and you're talking about yourself and about men in a subject that affects only women? Yes, because it's almost as if preventing women being killed by misogynists means understanding misogynists, means stopping them being misogynists, means knowing why they are misogynists and talking them round from being so, not just fucking scolding them. Oh, you're a misogynist, you're evil. Great, good, great, fantastic. What do I do now? Aside from bow to your every whim and opinion, because clearly I'm not going to do that, because men's rights activists don't do that, because people who disagree with feminism genuinely have reached the point where they go, yeah, I know this is right, I know the underdog status, I know the statistics, but you're still being an arse. And so, what do you do then? Give me an option that isn't just think like us. Because so long as feminism, it means agree with what we agree with, or you are a woman killer, then you are going to find men who are woman killers. Because you are saying that men cannot be feminists and disagree with you without killing. So those men are going to go off and they're going to huddle in their groups, resenting women, talking about women behind their backs, doing a bit of gossiping, and eventually that group circle jerking of negative emotion will result in a physical outburst, because that's just how fucking humanity works. And it's not right, and it's not good, and murder is fucking wrong, but that is what happens, and that is what needs to be stopped. But no, the important thing is pointing out how fucking evil men are. Tell me, please, inundate me in the comments what happens after the world accepts that men kill women and women are killed. What happens between the world all agreeing universally that men kill women and women are killed, and men stop killing women and women stop being killed? What happens between then? Are you under the impression that just letting people know that men kill women is going to stop things? It's just going to stop things. Once we all know that men are shits and we kill people, then things will come to an end. Yes, because being taught about World War II didn't have any... Because being taught about World War II didn't have any effect on us, because I see the value of education as a tool. I'm just saying what happens between understanding, between, this core acceptance of, misogyny bad, and men killing women bad, and men not killing women. What happens between them? How do you get from there to there? Because I have gotten from seeing a feminist point out that men kill women and insisting that men kill women, and nearly joined the men's rights activist. And I'm scared. I am scared because I nearly became this monster. I wouldn't have, because of my strict fucking moral code imbued in me by fucking school, but I nearly became a men's rights activist. I nearly became a men's rights activist because of the very thing that you are saying should happen. And I'm making it about me, and that makes me evil. And maybe it does. But maybe it's still important that it be known. Or maybe, actually, I just really need a fuck ton of sleep. But maybe this is an important issue that needs to be shared. Maybe I'm just fucking clueless. But maybe I'm totally right about this, and this is important, and people need to know about this, because otherwise kind of feminism will make things worse, not better. But maybe that's that's me being sex twat. But those kind of degradations and arguments and all of those things that you want to say to me, to say that my opinions don't fucking count for shit, all of them don't fucking matter, because they don't actually change anything. It's like trolls calling me a fucking lesbian on YouTube. You say, but you see, you're a sexist because blah 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 blah. And I see, you're a misandrist. You're a sexist. You're a sexist fighting for the equality of your sex. That means you're a hypocrite. That means I hate you. That means I hate a woman. That means I'm a step closer to being a misogynist. That means, according to your very logic, I am the guy who will go around killing women. Except I don't, because of my morality. Therefore your arguments are full of shit. Therefore, what the fuck do we do now? And I know that it exists outside in a wider context, but my point is that women don't see it in a wider context. Feminists don't see it in a wider context. Feminists don't see men killing women in the wider context of men killing people generally. They don't see, men raping women, and men and men torturing women, and men being abusive to women in the wider context of just generally men are shits. They just focus in on what's important to them, and if you have the gall to say, actually there's a wider issue here, then you are limiting the issue instead of widening it. And that leads to misogyny. So, yeah. So kind of this system is broken. The system is fucking broken. And I'm scared. So, if I borrow off into a whole rebus and culture and kind of audiobooks and Minecraft and dieting, then kind of don't mind me, because I need to stop thinking about this for a bit, because thinking about this only makes my head worse. Only makes this situation worse, because I chase myself around in tails, because I internalize people's opinions. I internalize other people's voice. That's how I can impersonate people. That's how I can do a pitch perfect impression of my mother. That's how I can write in the style of Douglas Adams or Neil Gaiman or Stephen Moffat. That's how I can chase myself in circles saying, feminist point of view, my point of view, feminist point of view, my point of view, feminist point of view, my point of view, and never come to a satisfying conclusion. And so I'd kind of like feminism to come up with that satisfying conclusion for me, please. And if that's wrong, if that's selfish, if that's selfish, then you know what? So fucking what? Because it is selfish of women to only talk about men killing women. Oh, it's totally right and justified, but it is selfish too. Just as I am being